Fox team coverage with all of our great weather team out there spread across the state as well. We begin with Katie Byrne, who is in Orlando.
And while we're dealing with Orlando, which is over 100 miles away from where Hurricane Ian is right now, just hovering over the Florida peninsula, we're still seeing conditions like this. We're starting to see some action here in Orlando. The wind's been picking up, and now the rain's definitely coming down. It's gusty. Hey, Griff, well, this is dangerous heat that we're talking about, and it's already turned deadly. We're learning more about the first heat-related death here in the region.
I just created a plan for my daughter's wedding on Friday, and I know what the weather's going to be like. It's going to be sunny or partly cloudy and 70 degrees when she gets married. So,
hey, John, me too. I'm actually getting married in 2 weeks, so that was the first thing I did when I got the Fox Weather app. I set it right up.
Congratulations.
It's going to be sunny, but it's going to be chilly.
Yeah, excellent. All right.
There you go. The best reason to watch Fox Weather. Getting ready for your wedding.
Hi, Dana. Yeah, a lot of people like to go to Cape Cod in the summer, right? And so do great white sharks. In fact, they love it here. They spend a lot of August in the area.
Along that very stretch of road. Katie.
Hi, Harris. Well, some people who were trapped here yesterday told me they didn't see an official until 7 hours into being stuck. We know that everyone who was stuck on I-95 yesterday was able to get out and off the highway by 5 o'clock last night. No one was hurt.
And Katie, we have been waiting for this magical moment. You're finally in the flooded bog.
You mean this moment?
Yes.
We are in a flooded bog, Jason. It looks just like the commercials, right?
It does.
Hey, we are in it, and I have to tell you, it feels very good. You like what I did there?
Very good.
Oh.
Ian is now setting its sight on the east coast of Florida, impacting St. Augustine for most of the day, sending outer bands of rain to this area. We've been dealing with some strong gusting winds. You might even be able to see and hear the wind around me right now, and also some rain that just won't quit. People here thought that they were in the clear, but now they're waking up to more flooding outside their homes, and people who live in this neighborhood behind me are evacuating because of nearby creeks and lakes overflowing and causing the flooding that you're seeing here. Crews have been using high water trucks to drive through this flooded water, and you can see there's a tow truck right there taking a car out. That's what some people are trying to do, salvage what they can so their cars don't get stuck in this if it gets any worse. A lot of different counties, it's widespread damage, but some people are actually having these reunions now. So I met Rod earlier today. He's with me now, and he told me this morning that you were still looking for your cousins, but tell me the latest.
I found 2 of them. I talked to them, but they lost cell phone service. I mean, there's no electricity, no water.
We are with the National Guardsmen and women while they're on the ground helping families get out of areas that need to be evacuated. So we're on one of those vehicles right now, and we have a family with us who just hopped on board with us as well. Tell us a little bit about what's going through your head right now.
I mean, we're just hoping that it doesn't get so high where our home, is completely underwater.
Hi, Neil. Yeah, you can see it's busy right now. There are still some flights tonight and tomorrow morning, but at 10:30 in the morning tomorrow, that's when things are going to shut down here at Orlando International Airport. And then this airport's actually going to be set up to potentially assist in air aid outside, depending on how bad this storm gets. Well, Jackie, as Ian moves over to the Carolinas and now sets its sights on Virginia, some parts of Florida are still dealing with flooding. And for some people, it's actually getting worse. People are facing mandatory evacuation orders once again in parts of the state because of rising waters in rivers and creeks. Look at this. This creek here is now level, actually, with the highway here. You can see a car got stuck in it.
Katie, good morning.
Good morning. Things have progressed a little bit since I saw you guys last. As you can see, visibility continues to go down here as the winds pick up along the Narragansett Bay. We are in Rhode Island today, in Newport. Wow, what a moment. The ball has dropped, there are fireworks going, a blanket of confetti raining down on all of us, and we are officially in 2022. Brett, Kentucky's governor is confirming that 6 children are among the 16 known dead, and an unknown number of people are still missing at this hour. across the state. One of the big problems that people who are looking for loved ones are facing is water wiping out power. You can go tens of miles here having no cell service, and fire crews tell me that in some cases people are stranded and surrounded by water. They can only get to them by boat, and if they're able to get there at all. Governor Beshear went out with search and rescue crews today and said they couldn't even get access to some areas.
We may be updating the count of how many we lost for the next several weeks.
When you go into the neighborhoods that you can get to, it's utter destruction. We're looking at Boulon, Kentucky, and we walked around, talked to neighbors whose houses were picked up off their foundations. The road there broken into pieces shows you how powerful this water can be. I can tell you people there were covered in dirt, digging mud out of their homes, trying to save anything they had left. But one resident says he lost everything.
You can look around and see the damage that's done. So everybody's having it rough. A lot of deaths. So we're all struggling, but everybody's helping everybody. So that's one good thing, I guess.
We are hearing stories from survivors, too, like this woman who climbed up to her neighbor's rooftop and kept her dog in a container that would float beside her as she swam to safety. And for some people who've been waiting for days to reach their family, reunions are happening, too. I met a man this morning who was trying to reach his cousins. He finally heard back from them, but they are trapped at their home, surrounded by water, and the only bridge to their town has collapsed. Brett?
Amazing stories out there. Katie, thank you.
Katie Byrne is standing by. Katie, Orlando's about to be front and center with the storm. It's coming in now from reports. I have friends there. They're writing me at this time. They said winds are picking up and it's about to hit.
Yeah, you know, we just heard from our Charles Watson talking about how the storm is moving northeast, and hey, that's right where we are in Orlando. I can tell you conditions have been getting worse since early this afternoon. Now we're starting to see those winds picking up. The rain has been consistently falling down, but when you've got the mixture of those two, you'll start to see debris getting tossed around on the ground, pieces of the palm trees on the roads, and you'll probably hear the wind around me. But what's interesting about Orlando is right now there's a lot of people here who came from Southwest Florida, evacuating that area, looking for safety here in Orlando. But what happened was yesterday, those hurricane warnings actually expanded inland and decided to include Orlando. So people ended up hunkering down here, riding out the storm here as well. So the hotels are sold out in a lot of locations. People are spending what they wanted to be a vacation trip indoors because Disney parks are closed today and tomorrow. Same with Universal Studios. And in fact, Disney resorts, the guests there are being asked to shelter in place while we ride this storm out. So at this hour, we know nearly 2 million people without power right now in Florida, and we've got tens of thousands of linemen set up all across the state here, ready to respond when it's safe for crews to get out there and move into the areas that are really impacted.
All right, we appreciate it, Katie. Thank you for being with us.